This car is living rent-free in my mind for 24 years. When I was 7 years old, my neighbor drove this particular car, and this is his car. I never saw him, but I saw his Mustang every day near my house. I have passionate love for this car. For 90s kid from ex-Soviet Union countries, this was as magnificent as for Pablo Escobar discovering benefits of cocaine trade. Ford spent $700 million on making this wonderful body out of Fox body, and people still love the Fox body, but I prefer this bubbly Mustang. For me, this design is very comforting. Front is typical 90s sports car. It's aggressive, but at the same time it doesn't shout about it. When you look at this car, you assume that this is a very soft car because of the tires and how the suspension sits, and when you drive it, it is very soft. Our Mustang is Mustang GT, and GT trim is harder than standard Mustang, so if Ford calls this ride sporty, then base Mustang must have 70s Cadillac softness. If somebody knows if my opinion is true, please let me know in the comments. At the back we have juicy curves that you want to touch and slap all the time. I love this weird design so much that I do not want to stop touching this car. Hood vents and side vents give car sophisticated look. And that's very rare for the 90s American car. Welcome to the world of rattly plastics and different funny smells. Leather everywhere is destroyed, but all the buttons work fine. Even the sunroof works perfectly fine. Everything has history, and you can smell it here. It's not a bad smell, it's a good smell. And this car has this aura that makes you feel happy. For some reason, ashtray is metallic, and if you're not careful, you can cut off your fingers. It's so loud and heavy. I have no idea why Ford made this huge ashtray with huge metal sheet. I love how Ford copied 70s and 60s Mustang arches on the dashboard. Yes, they are plastic, but anyway, nice touch. Even with the sunroof open, behind the wheel I felt a little bit cramped. Only if you put your seat way back, you have some free space. At the back seats are small. They are so small that even Oompa Loompas will feel like Japanese employees in a rush hour. But if you really sit at the back of the Mustang, you must sit on the trunk, just like in the 90s condom commercials. This is Bakhtiyor, and his height is 198 centimeters. When he's behind the wheel, the windshield has no purpose for him because all his head sticks out. Opening hood is more difficult than opening woman's bra for sweaty 16-year-old virgin. But under the hood we have 5-liter 16 valves V8, the last Pushrod engine from Ford. After this high output sunshine, engines in Mustangs became more complicated and less fun. All this wonderful beauty generates 215 brake horsepower, and with manual 5-speed gearbox, 100 km will happen in 6.5 seconds or 7 seconds. Depends on how fast are your gear changes. Today, compression ratio in cylinders is higher than compression in 18-year-old boy pants after taking 3 Viagras. That's why with all those 5 liters you get only 215 brake horsepower, but 215 brake horsepower is strangely enough here, because it has no brakes and it has dangerous handling that can kill you and many other people. And that's why those 215 brake horsepower feel like 500. So basically you have contained fun, and that's a good thing. Driving V8 and not flooring it, it's like massaging your girlfriend's back and not squeezing her buns. It is impossible, so rational fuel consumption just committed suicide in my review. It is not my first convertible Mustang. Actually, my wedding car was 2.3 liters EcoBoost 2015 rental Mustang. Rental company promised me V8, but they lied on the day of my wedding and brought me 2.3. And it did not kill my love for convertible Mustangs, and even it had 300 brake horsepower. I would prefer to have this Mustang on my wedding because 5-liter V8 is just different experience. I love this Mustang more than I love fast food at 2 AM. Yes, it needs works and heavy cash injections, and it overheated every 10 minutes when I was driving it and filming it, so 10 minutes of driving, 1 hour of cooling down the car. and that was the longest video take I ever took in history of my channel. And still I am very happy that I drove this car. It's done 133,000 kilometers and it leaks cooling and oil. And I still want this car, because for those 10 minutes it gave me happy emotions that I will remember till the day I die.
Best part of starting the 5-liter V8 is that when you start it, you feel happy, just like me right now. You need to keep the fuel running because, you know, it will just go down, that's it. At the beginning when you started. After you started the engine, you are in the world of very, very loud plastic interior, like not nice sounds, and big V8 that rumbles all the time. Handling of the car, it's basically like a boat, very soft, like this is the wheel movement, but actual wheels move like this, like they are more, there's less connection between steering wheel and actual wheels as me and my ex-girlfriend right now. Same level of connection. And you always must keep acceleration pedal on the spot because it will stall if you don't press the accelerator. Oh, yeah. There are no brakes at all. That's why accelerating is much more scarier than in any other vehicle. You press the brakes, nothing happening. You have to just floor it and then they lock it and then you crash. That's it. But when you floor it, you are the happiest person in the world. It's just so fast. It's ridiculous fast. And again, you touch the brake, you understand that if something will come out, you will not have the braking power or the steering power, because it doesn't steer, doesn't brake, you will just die. And that makes it more fun to drive it. But I'll be honest with you, here I'm very relaxed in my mind. There is no stress at all. I just think about not dying, that's it. And the sound is just amazing. It's just, you just listen to it, you want to rev the engine and go much faster because it can do it. The only problem here is the overheating, because when it's overheat, that's it, you know, like you can blow the engine. Especially in this car, it has the problem with the leakage of cooling. That's why we waited a lot, as I said before. But I'm so happy driving it, really, because just I don't think about my job, house, wife, kids, anything. I'm here right now in this moment. Now we close the roof and it's a little bit more civilized, a little bit more, but still trying to stay alive. Thank you so much for watching my channel. Please subscribe to it, share my video, and let me know in the comments what do you think about this wonderful beast of a car that is always trying to kill you. Don't forget about the charity project called Food for Life US. They need your financial support or volunteers if you're in Tashkent. Thank you so much, take care, and bye bye. So